Yeah, I want to do one. I know we're going to talk about it later, but I'd like to talk about it now. The Oklahoma Supreme Court dismissed the lawsuit Wednesday from remaining survivor of the 1921 Tulsa race massacre who sought reparations after one of the worst single acts of violence against Black people in history that's recorded. Survivor Viola Fletcher initially filed the lawsuit in 2020 against the city of Tulsa and the Tulsa Regional Chamber, the Tulsa County Commissioner, Tulsa County Sheriff, and the Oklahoma Military Department. Van Ellis died last year at age 102. The lawsuit said 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre represented an ongoing public nuisance, and that in 2016 the defendants began enriching themselves by promoting the site of the massacre as a tourist attraction. This is the reason they didn't give them any money, because they said it was a tourist attraction. Let me tell you a little history about the Tulsa race massacres. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, was the first time the U.S. government had ever dropped bombs on anything. It was the first time, and they dropped them on their own citizens. And the reason the sheriff got into a plane, started lighting dynamite and dropping it out the plane onto the buildings because you couldn't get into the town because the people were heavily armed. The only reason they came in to kill those people is because one white dude was offended, and they went in there and killed all these people because one person was offended.
It wasn't something about like a woman had accused someone of something like that? Or...
No, that's an Emmett Till thing. No, they came to do business in the city. They didn't like the way some guy said something to them, so they went to the neighboring city, tried to come into the town. They couldn't get in because the Black folks there, they had a community that was in there. The group called the Gap Band, GAP, stands for the letters of the streets that got bombed. You know what I'm saying? The Gap Band, if you heard the song, "You dropped a bomb on me, baby."
Really?
Yeah,
I never knew that. That's
good
information, right? That's some good history.
I mean, until America rights its wrongs that it's done to Black Americans here in this country, it'll never be fixed. It'll just get worse. Y'all act like we want to take over the country. We just want to chill and drink Hennessy.
The two remaining survivors, I think, from this lawsuit, I think are 109 and 110 years old, man. And I'm just looking at them like when you get that old, you don't really have that many more years left, regardless of and for them to dismiss this case when they know what's actually happening here, how many thousands of people were killed, how much wealth was truly lost. I mean, they got to take it to the Supreme Court, but I mean to the U.S. Supreme Court. But who do we have there? That's going to be a 6-3 all day right there.
Yeah,
6-3 up there because we didn't go vote in 2016. That's why it's going to be a 6-3, and these people are not going to get their money. We had Black-owned banks there. We had airports there. They had everything there.
All things. Yeah,
everything, all Black-owned.
They're like, you didn't get paid from Lovecross Country. Dang, it was showing HBO, Lovecross Country, and then the Watchmen show they both covered that Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre.
Black Wall Street was what it was called. Wall Street.
They burned that one down. They burned the one down in New Jersey. Memorial Day is about fallen Black soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Like, America doesn't like to face itself, but then they want to be upset because they feel the world's not changing towards them. And so I'm just saying, until America gets right with what it's done to everyone. I mean, the Native Americans got money, they give the Japanese money, the Jewish community gets money, and the Holocaust didn't even happen in America.
Didn't even happen in America. Period. You know what I mean? But they for sure never want to make right the biggest wrong what's made America the wealthiest were Black people. That was where all American wealth was created from.
If Black folks stopped going to all these colleges and went to HBCUs, if Black folks stopped competing in the Olympics, you know what I'm saying, and stop representing the world and let them know, hey, if you ain't gonna represent us, we ain't gonna represent you, and then let America just fall apart really quick. Well, I mean, it's doing it right now. Like, if we don't vote, you know where it's going to, the 2025 project. So
America had a civil war because one side was wealthier than the other side. The other side understood that they could never be wealthier than the South, because the South had, was basically that agriculture, and they had free labor.
They had free labor, and the only reason they offered the North offered the slaves freedom is because they were losing. And then the slaves were like, all right, cool, we're going to fight for our freedom and turn the tide of the war. And that's how the Union won. So remember that, folks. Like, you can celebrate your independence, but we celebrate Juneteenth, which is coming up. And that's a real freedom day. Freedom from bondage.
And at the same time, Wall Street was built, not just Black Wall Street, but Wall Street was built from slavery. The first things that were traded on Wall Street was slaves, Black people. Yeah. So, I mean, this country is drenched in the blood of Black people. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there needs to be some type of reparations for what came before.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll end up like the Dave Chappelle skit.
Which one?
You didn't see that? The reparations? He's like, FUBU and Nike are the top selling on the trades. He's like, 200,000 Cadillac Escalades have been sold just today. I swear, Teddy. He's like, these black folks are just dying to give the money right back. Like, you ain't never seen that?
I think
comedy.
I think I've seen that one right there.
That's comedy. That's comedy. Hey, well, let us know what y'all think about the topics. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell button. This is Uncommon Courtesy. We're going to see y'all next time.